Welcome back, class. We are going to kick off this section of slides talking about Baumricht's parenting styles. And Baumricht believed that parents should not be excessively punitive, but they also should not just let the children do whatever they wanted to do. She believed that parents should develop rules for children and also show children affection. And Baumricht is actually pictured here. She had actually came up with 4 different types of parenting styles, and we're going to try to understand the types of parenting styles. And I actually have a video in here for you all to do outside of this lecture to see if you're able to apply what you learned based on what you see parents do. The first parenting style that we're going to discuss is the authoritative parenting style. And this is the style that Baumricht believed that all parents should display. She believed that when parents have this authoritative parenting style, that they should make reasonable demands and also explain why they have these demands. They should explain their expectations to their children. Not only does Baumricht feel that authoritative parents should be authoritative and that they should make reasonable demands, but they should also encourage children to be independent. But even though the children are independent, the parents should still place some kind of boundaries around exactly what they can and can't do, but still give them the freedom to explore. On the flip side of authoritative parenting is authoritarian parenting. This is where parents are very punitive. They always make sure that the child is punished for the negative things that they do, the negative behaviors that they display. Not only are authoritarian parents punitive, but when they give demands to their children and give these rules and regulations to their children, children are expected not to question these rules. There is not a lot of verbal exchange. It's more so I'm telling you to do this, and because I said so. There is no room for questioning or room for conversation between the parent and the child. Another type of parenting style is the permissive parent. And I don't know if you all have seen Mean Girls, but the mom, Regina's mom, was a great example of a permissive parent. They just allow their child to do whatever they want. And not sometimes that can be because the parent is just not paying attention to the child, or they just feel that they just love this child so much that the child should just be able to do whatever they want to do. So there are no rules and regulations for children that have permissive parents. The last parenting style is the uninvolved parents or the neglectful parents. When children have parents that are neglectful, these parents are not involved. And when parents are not involved in the most extreme form, that would be an example of child maltreatment or neglect. And like I said, this is the parenting style quiz video. You all can do this on your own time to see if you're able to apply what you've learned about parenting styles, to be able to understand to be able to apply what you've learned based on this video of the parenting styles that you'll see. And like I talked about Mean Girls, so that gives you a clue that the permissive parenting is included in this parenting styles quiz. As I always state, parenting, anything that has to do with child development does not occur in a vacuum. You have to look at it in the context. Specifically, we're going to look at parenting in the context of culture. Overall, authoritative parenting is usually positively correlated with better development across SES, cultures, family structure, ethnic, racial groups. Usually authoritative parenting is usually just linked to better development of children. Authoritarian styles, however, can be associated with more positive outcomes in some ethnic groups. And remember, authoritarian style is a style where you are a child and there is little verbal communication. The parent has very rigid rules, and the parent does not explain why they have these rules. So in some Asian American families, the authoritarian style is a type of training to train the child to be the best that they can be. In Latino families, some Latino families require respect and obedience, and their identity is embedded in the family. In some African American families, again, I don't want to generalize. That's why I'm putting some in front of the types of families. They may incorporate physical punishment, which again, all of these are examples of authoritarian styles, because that helps the child to adapt and to keep the child safe. What is important to understand about parenting styles and contexts is that parents can use a combination of techniques. Parents are not always permissive. They're not always authoritarian or authoritative or, neglectful. Parents can use a combination of techniques. So that was something that was a downfall of Baumrit forcing parents into these 4 types of parenting styles. The downfall was that she didn't really understand or explore how parents use a combination of techniques. So that would be a limitation of her theory of parenting styles. As I talked about earlier, there are some African Americans that use physical punishment. And so what we're going to understand, that is an example. Physical punishment is an example of corporal punishment. And so what we're going to look at in the next section of slides is looking at corporal punishment and how that influences children's development. Okay, I'm going to see you all on the next video.